It was my 15th birthday. Zoey dragged all her friends over to my place. Right when the music was pumping, I yanked the plug. The lights went out. I opened her diary and read it aloud right in front of Jinu. Want to know why? Let's start from the beginning. From the day I was born, I had an enemy. My older sister, Zoey. Everyone said she was an angel. Short black hair, big sparkling brown eyes. Zoey is the best. And I, Rumi, was just a shadow. When I was 5, I spent the whole afternoon building a towering Lego castle. Zoey ran over and knocked it down with a crash. Why did you do that, you witch? Stop! I hate you! Zoey screamed, pushed me away, and then bit her own arm. Mom and Dad rushed over. She wailed,
I tripped over Rumi's Lego and I already said sorry, but look, she bit me.
No, you bit yourself! Mom and Dad said coldly,
Rumi, don't lie. Why would your sister do that?
The result? She got extra ice cream after dinner. I was banned from dessert for 2 weeks. Everything was like that. Zoey was the poster child for beauty, sunshine in everyone's eyes, the family darling. One time in 6th grade, we were having a Christmas party. The moment I stepped out of my room, I slipped and fell flat into a puddle of chocolate sauce. Oh my God, everyone turned to look. Zoey tilted her head, faking pity.
Poor Rumi, what happened to your clothes? Is that mud or poop?
Mom cut in.
Rumi, come here. Let's take the family photo.
In the picture, everyone was gathered around Zoey, while I stood at the edge of the frame, my dress stained. Mid-party, I quietly snuck out to the park. Nobody even noticed.
That day?
A voice rang out behind me. I turned around. A girl my age was sitting on a bench, her short, messy hair ugly, her eyes looking straight at me. Yeah, my sister ruins everything and nobody ever sees it. She shrugged.
Siblings are the worst. I hate my little brother too. My mom always lets him get away with everything.
Her name was Mira. We clicked instantly, talking for hours. When it was time to leave, I asked, why is your hair like that?
Mira winked.
My mom loves my black hair, so I dye it all just to annoy her.
I burst out laughing. I liked this girl. That evening, following Mira's plan, I left a little dog poop under Zoey's bed. The next morning, her room reeked, and she had to move out for a few days. From then on, Mira was my best friend. She went to the same school, and with her by my side, Rumi's life felt much less suffocating. Mira didn't find Zoey as impressive as everyone else.
Yeah, she's pretty, but you have an amazing personality.
People say that to those who aren't pretty, Mira.
Let me finish. You're smart, cool, and I think that makes you even prettier than her.
I gave a wry smile. It was nice to hear, but I didn't quite believe it. The 2 calmest years were when Zoey went to high school. Then when I reached high school, I had to follow her to the same school. I begged my parents to let me go elsewhere. Mom said,
It's more convenient for you two to be at the same school. Zoey never complains. You should learn from her. She'll show you the ropes, won't you, Zoey?
Zoey gave an angelic smile.
Of course, Mom. I always take care of Rumi.
As soon as the car left, she turned her face as quickly as flipping a page.
Listen up, you idiot. Stay away from my friends and the hot guys. Don't come near them. Don't look. I don't want anyone to know my sister is from Planet Loser.
I shrugged, as if I want people to think I'm related to the queen of Planet Bimbao.
Oh, don't worry. No one will pay attention to you anyway.
She pushed me away and joined her model-looking friends. I sighed. Good thing I still had Mira. That afternoon, I was organizing my locker when I turned around and slammed right into a guy. Our heads knocked with a thunk. We both tumbled back and then burst out laughing. He helped me up. God, he was so cute. I thought, the kind of trouble I need, but later. Late that afternoon, I was dozing off when Zoey stormed in and shoved me off the bed.
Wake up, you ugly loser. Tell me why you were talking to Jinu.
Are you having a breakdown? Which Jinu?
The guy you were making eyes at by the lockers.
Oh, that guy.
He's mine. He's about to ask me out. See, I even have his name tattooed here.
I looked at the ink and sighed. You're truly delusional. He's not even your boyfriend yet. Curiosity burned me up. When Zoey went out with her friends, I sneaked into her room to find her diary. And it was worse than I thought. She was completely obsessed with Jinu, a picture collage of the two of them with two strange kids captioned, "Our perfect family." Good heavens. I kept reading. Besides Jinu, she'd written all sorts of nasty gossip and criticism about her friends. Hearing Zoey's footsteps downstairs, I shot out of the room like a bullet. A few days later was my 15th birthday. The plan? Movies with Mira. When I got home and flipped the light switch, surprise! But the guests were all Zoey's friends, including Jinu. Where are my friends? Which friends? Mira is here?
Isn't she? A one-person party is boring, so I invited my friends.
I bit my lip in annoyance, holding back my anger. The music was blaring. I couldn't take it anymore. I went upstairs, pulled the plug, the music instantly died. I held up the diary. Does everyone want to know what Zoey really thinks of you? Her face went pale. I read aloud. She chased me, I dodged, and kept reading. Finally, she caught me, and we both tumbled over. The notebook flew to Jinu's feet.
What is this?
His eyes widened, then darkened. Zoey's friends glared and left one by one. She turned back and growled.
How could you do something so awful?
I gave a weak laugh. Are you shocked? After everything you've done to me? Mom and Dad rushed to intervene. Zoey slammed the door and ran up to her room. I turned to Mira. Epic, right? Mira looked at me, shaking her head.
No, Rumi, it's bad. You exposed someone else's diary in front of a crowd. That's not you.
I froze. Her words hit me like a nail to the chest. The next day, I had a transformation. I chose some of the best outfits I could get, put on light makeup, and looked in the mirror. If there was one thing I could learn from Zoey, it was confidence. In the schoolyard, I walked up to Zoey's old friend group's table. Hey everyone, I'm sitting here today.
On what basis?
Last night, I showed you the truth. Sit down. What's with the makeover? It's my birthday. My heart was racing, but I felt strangely thrilled. In the library, Jinu came and sat next to me.
Hey Rumi, what you did at the party, that was cool. I can't believe Zoey was so mean. The things she wrote about me, creepy. Want to hang out tonight?
A guy who was about to ask Zoey out was now asking me. Sweet. We exchanged numbers, but when I looked up, I caught Mira's eye. She turned away. Are you not going to talk to me anymore? Mira stopped.
I don't even know who you are anymore. Oh wait, I do know. A Zoey clone. You dress like her, hang out with her friends, chase the guy she likes.
I retorted defensively. It's easy for you to judge because you don't understand what it's like to be compared to a perfect older sister your whole life. Mira sighed.
The person who compares you to Zoey the most is you. Call me when you decide to be yourself because I liked that person.
She walked away. My heart sank. When it was time for the date, I was about to text him to cancel, but Jinu said he was already outside the door. Oh no, I didn't want Zoey to see. But when I ran out, she was already there, kissing him. Jinu pushed her away.
What are you doing, Zoey?
My love, I know you like me and were about to ask me out.
That was before I knew how obsessed you are with me. You were attractive when you played hard to get, but not anymore.
I was there for you when your parents divorced. We've been friends for so long. Are you going to treat me like this? Then why did you come here?
I came for your sister, the person who is way better than you. Please take care of your own life.
I had never heard anyone speak to Zoey like that. Her face crumbled. I stepped forward. Enough. No one gets to talk to my sister like that but me. I threw a slap. He covered his face and cried out. I grabbed Zoey's hand and pulled her inside. We sat in silence for a while. Zoey spoke softly.
You didn't have to do that.
I shook my head. Yes, I did. Listen, I was going to cancel the date anyway. I'm sorry for the diary, for your friends, and for trying to steal the guy you liked. which, as it turned out, he did you a favor. She sighed.
Yeah, that's not the point.
I breathed out. Can we just drop the stupid hating each other thing? I don't like the person I'm becoming. You're my sister. We don't have to like each other, but I don't want us to hate each other anymore. She was silent, then nodded. Let's try. As I turned to leave, Zoey called out,
You know Mira likes you, right?
I froze. Not right now, she doesn't.
No, you idiot. Likes you that way.
How can that be?
I'm not making this up. I know about these things. Otherwise, why would anyone think you're prettier than me? That's the only explanation.
For the first time, my sister was right.
I turned back. Mira was standing behind the door. My face flushed. I ran and hugged her. Behind us, Zoey scoffed.
These two are about to kiss.
Shut up, Zoey. Let's go. It turns out what I needed wasn't revenge, but the choice of who I was going to be. The day I stopped being a clone, everything suddenly became easier. If you've ever been compared, leave a broken heart. I'll understand completely. And if you held the diary of the person who hurt you, would you read it or put it down? Tell me your story.